Welcome to BizTown and thank you for volunteering. I'm Susie Polzine, I'm one of the staff members. I'm going to tell you a little bit more about the volunteering experience in the Financial Center. And I'm going to start with the volunteer guide. And I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this because it tells you exactly what to do, but you do use this guide for all of your team meetings. And your team meetings are right here. What I do want to say is the first team meeting, you will give the students or the citizens a color dot that matches with their job. Just make sure you look down here at the bottom so you know what color dot to give each student. The team meeting, before each break, you will be handing out the kids' paycheck. And the first deposit slip is filled out at school. So they just need to make sure to tear that deposit slip out and endorse their check, and they bring that to the bank. That's the first thing they do before every break is they go to the bank, deposit their paycheck, they get $2 cash back. Only $2, but they have to get $2 cash back. What I want to mention is the second break, the deposit slip is not filled out, so they will need to do that here before their break. And so they will need help. So there's a guide here to show them. When they go on breaks, they need reminders to bring their checkbook with them and their debit card because they will have an opportunity to shop at some of the businesses. So remind them about their registry because they think sometimes they think they only have $2 cash to spend, but actually they have more than that. So remind them to look at their registry to see how much money they actually have to spend. Remind them if they write a check or use their debit card, they need to subtract it. And with that said, in the afternoon when they deposit their second paycheck, they also have to add that into their balance. So that's your volunteer handbook. This handbook does refer to an employee handbook, and we have taken those apart for you, and they are on everyone's clipboard or at their area. The first team meeting, you will ask the kids to read their job description. So make sure they're really reading it. If they read this very carefully, it pretty much tells them what to do throughout the day and when to do it. So if they follow this guide, it will be really helpful. And also, all of our handouts are also very self-explanatory. So just make sure they read. If you and the students read everything really carefully today, most of your questions will be answered, but if not, we're here to help you. In the Financial Center, one of the first things the kids do is they choose which stocks they want to offer the students to purchase. Every student will come purchase a stock. So you can use this as a guide. You go on the computer to MSN Money, and you can search these stocks to see how they're doing. And get some information. They pick 3 stocks as a team, and they will write those 3 stocks different places on this whiteboard. And we want them to use the stock name and the stock symbol, and then have them write their earnings and an arrow up or down if it's earning or losing money. They will also need to write each stock on a note card or the piece of paper in this basket. So when the kids purchase the stock, they will put their check in the basket according to which stock they want to purchase. And there are handouts here that they also need to write the stocks on. So they go to MSN Money. One of the jobs of the CEO is to update the earnings of the stocks 3 times during the day. It tells you when. And again, just go to MSN Money and update that. To get out of MSN Money and to go to the point of sale, you press Control W, and you will get to the point of sale screen. And then this checklist tells them exactly how to do the point of sale. So what the financial advisor is doing is they are checking every student's account to make sure they have funds to cover that check for $1.50. If they have the funds, they put a little red check mark in the corner or just a check mark in the corner of the check. They give those piles of checks to the CFO to deposit. That way the CFO will know that the funds have been verified. So the CFO to start the day. We have this binder, and when they start working, they do steps 1 through 12. And I won't spend a lot of time on that because it tells them exactly what to do, but just have them follow this very carefully. The mistakes that are sometimes made are, we want them to make the paychecks for pay period 1 and pay period 2. Often they just do pay period 1, so make sure they do pay period 1 and pay period 2. And then when it's time for them to pay bills, they wait and pay bills when they receive invoices from the other businesses. So sometimes they think their cost sheet is their bills, are their bills to pay, but they wait till they receive bills from their other businesses. And with deposits, the common mistake is they'll add a deposit and they want to print the deposit ticket right away. We want them to add the deposit. This deposit slip will come up. We want them to have 5 to 8 deposits on that deposit ticket before they print the deposit ticket. Then when they print that deposit ticket, they can just fold that in half, they put the checks inside of it, and then they will need to deliver that to the bank to be deposited as a business deposit. So that's pretty much your day. You get your loan paid off by the kids investing in the stock. So if you're running behind, we do have a list, and we can find the kids that have not, that forgot to come buy their stock, and your employees can go get those checks from the students. But that's how you get your loans paid off, and we hope you have a fun day, and thank you for volunteering.